Hey everyone, this is Rosagos. This is week 5 of us covering the games entered into the 2021 Solitaire Print and Play Game Design Contest currently hosted on BoardGameGeek. This week we will be covering the following games. One player will be playing Invasion. His video will go up in a few days. Vesago Kalava will be showcasing Lobster Roll. Pasiancho will be showing you Storks. Our guest Kevin Prival will be playing Like Herding Cats, and I will be bringing you Audrey versus the Poisoned Dreams. Links to all these videos and my playlist will be in this video's description. Alright, that should be all. Have fun with watching me repel the evil nightmares with our protagonist Audrey. Hey everyone, this is Rosagos back with another entry to the 2021 Solitaire Print and Play contest hosted on BoardGameGeek, and today we will be playing Audrey versus the Poisoned Dreams. Very interesting game. I promise you, this is probably the most interesting game I have played so far for this contest. Alright, and before we start and I tell you the story and how the game works, I will just quickly set up our first chapter. Alright, and we're done. This game is described by the creator as a legacy dungeon crawler with RPG elements. There are 6 chapters planned for this. I think not all of them are quite done yet, and I will try to play through as many as possible today. I don't want to make the video too long, but it is a very interesting game, so I will try to get at least 2 chapters down. Because there are some legacy elements. Later on, not only will we have different cards in our dream deck here, which I will speak about in a minute, and we will have different of these cards, but we will also have different maps, as you can see, and also later on different tiles that we can put on, like glue onto the maps, so we can actually change the maps forever. So that is very interesting. As you can see here, we can apply other tokens to the maps. Alright, so let me first start with the story of the game. Poison is spreading throughout the dream forest as nightmares emerge to haunt the minds of the sleeping. Stop the nightmares, turn back the poison, and return the forest to its peaceful slumber before the corruption turns all dreams to torment. Before we start, let me read the introduction for the first chapter. Chapter 1, The Acrid Air. The dream forest is home to hundreds of species of flora and fauna, but none more important than the thousands of dream trees, the source of every dream released into the world every day and night. For centuries, tapirs have been the guardians of this forest. Audrey guards territory on the southern edge of the forest, nurturing the dreams growing among the branches as they near maturity and watching for any dark thoughts which might corrupt the dreams. This morning, a new acrid smell fills the air. For all its harshness, the acridness is a subtle smell, easily lost among the cacophony of flower, fruit, and animal odors. It's a smell that doesn't want to be found, but one that does not escape the guardians of the forest. It's a poison seeking to corrupt the dreams of millions and give birth to nightmares. It must be found and it must be stopped. Audrey sets down the river. Her mission is clear. Face the dark, protect the dreams, eat the nightmares. And our goals here are mandatory, visit every dream tree in the river vale. Optional, activate all 3 allies, and also optional, do not let 3 or more nightmares escape. And we lose if we are stuck with no valid moves. But we can cycle the deck as many times as needed. Alright. And what we do now, we play with Audrey here, and our mission for the first chapter is to visit all of these 6 dream trees, and whenever we go to a dream tree, we turn over a deck from the dream deck. Then either there is a sweet dream, then nothing happens, that's fine, or there will be a nightmare that we will have to fight. Hey everyone, this is me currently editing the video, and I'm close to be done. I just need to export it, render it, upload it, put in the metadata, and do the thumbnail. Just wanted to tell you, this is one of the videos I worked the longest on. If you consider everything I did with the video, including playtesting, printing, assembling, recording, and then of course editing, uploading, etc., this probably took me close to 10 hours. So I would really love it if you watched as much of the video as possible, because I can tell you this is definitely a very interesting playthrough I'm doing here. Also, if you enjoy this video, why don't you let me know by just liking the video, or maybe just engaging in the comments with me. Then we can have a discussion about this game, maybe even the entire contest, whatever you would like to. Just wanted to let you know. But that should be all. Back to the clip. Enjoy watching the rest of the video. We move in fight all with a standard deck of playing cards. I took this one here, the Kira playing card deck, because I think with the leaves and everything that fits quite well for this game. We have the leaves here, a little bit golden, dreamlike, and also we have the black background for the nightmare. So I think that fits quite well. All right. So without further ado, we will get started. So we start with this hand here that I just pulled randomly, of course. And now with the red cards, we can move right, and with the black cards, we can move left. Later on, to fight the nightmares, we need high cards. Ace counts as 1 and the face cards as 10, so face cards are very good. We need high cards to be able to combat the nightmares. Otherwise they will flee, and we don't want that. So this is why we should use as many low cards as possible. If we can't move anymore because we don't have any cards left, or the wrong cards, then we automatically lose the chapter. And we win when we at least finish the chapter when we have visited all 6 dream trees. So I will just start. This symbol here means that we can replenish our hand back to 6 cards, which is not bad either. Okay, then I would do it pretty simple. I would play a red card, move over here, right? So red cards move to the right, black cards move to the left. And now I can replenish my hand like this. And that's pretty good, because now I will move 2 to that dream tree here by playing 2 black cards. Okay, so we turn over a card here, and that is a sweet dream. So nothing bad happens, that's fine. And we remove that token to indicate that we have visited that tree. And that is pretty much how the game works. We will be in a few fights with the nightmares, so not all of them will be sweet. I think there are 3 sweet dreams in here and 4 nightmares in the deck. So if we are lucky, we only have to fight, I think, 3 nightmares. Okay, and since you visited a tree, we will just replenish our hand. So you see, it's like a tactical game. We need to see how can we move with these cards and where do we move. So right now, we can move 1 to the left with a black card, and then 2 to the right with the red one. So if I move to the right, I can choose if I want to move up or down, right? Same with the left side. So I'm going to move 1 to the left by playing the ace, since that is only worth 1 anyway. And then I need 2 red ones. I will just play the 2 and the 6 to go to that tree here. So we remove that token, since we visited that tree, or are visiting it right now. So let's see what we get. We have another sweet dream, so we are quite lucky at the moment. We don't have to fight yet, but believe me, we will have to do that quite soon. Okay, so let me see. So now we will have to make a little stop over here before we get to that tree. We need 2 black, 2 red, and another black. Okay, so we will have a little issue now because we need 1 more black card, but we can maybe replenish here. So I will move 2 there by playing 2 black cards, which is bad because I didn't want to play that queen. But, well, that's the way it is. And then we replenish our hand back. Great, we have another black one. That's good. All right, and then we play a red one, a black one, and another red one. So 2 red cards. I'm just going to take the ace and the jack here, and that black one over here. All right, remove that token. And we are at the 3rd dream tree. Let's see. And we have our first nightmare. This is the Rising Dread with a starting intensity of 3. So now we fight. So I will show you how that works. So I will just put that over here. I think that should work. So first we replenish our hand back to 6. Oh, this is not very good, but that's okay. And now we deal 3 cards to the nightmare. What happens now is we fight with card values. So the nightmare starts with an intensity of 3, And after we have played our card, the Nightmare will turn over its first card and add that to the starting intensity. And then we have a new intensity, and from that we will subtract our card that we played. And we need to get it down to 0 or a negative value, so below 1 within these 3 cards. And if we can't manage it, the Nightmare escapes, and this might have bad consequences for the ending of our chapter. So I will definitely play the red queen, because I will keep the black card for moving later on, because that does a -10, which is not bad. So 3 plus 10, that's 13, minus 10, that's still 3. So I'll play another king. 3 plus 3 is 6, and minus 10, that is -4. So that's fine. We actually defeated the Nightmare. So all of these cards now go to the discard pile. We defeated that Nightmare, which is great. I will just put it here on the discard pile. And we will replenish our hand back to 6. Alright, and now you see we are halfway done with the first chapter. We also fought the first Nightmare. And we have some decent cards in our hand, because we need to move to the right now. We need a lot of red cards for that, and we have that. So that's fine. We might make a little pit stop over here, down here, so we can replenish our hand back, just to be safe. All right, now is a good time to quickly talk about these allies. We have 3 allies in the game that will help us. They have specific abilities, as you can see here. So for example, these let us rearrange the dream deck, which might be a good idea towards the end, because we could put like these sweet dreams at the top. That might be an idea. Then also we have Tell Me the River Keeper, move multiple squares in any direction in water for the cost of 1 card. You must stay in water, moving through land cancels the action. That's not bad. So we can only play 1 card in the river, and then we can move through the river as much as we want to. So that might be an idea to actually go there and then back there and then just move up the river so we're quickly over there. Might be an idea. And also we have Makaya the Fisher, reclaim used cards, add cards of your choice from the discard pile to your hand. So that's not too bad either. So we can actually just take cards from the discard pile. Might be a good idea too if we are in a pickle here. Alright, and now we will continue playing our game. So moving 2 to the right would be 2 red cards. I will do that. 5 and 2. So that we can move over there, and I will replenish my hand. Alright, we have a lot of high cards, so now would be a good idea, a good time to actually fight a Nightmare. But we will have to spend quite a few cards to go over there. So you see here we need a specific value at least to move onto that tile, but only for moving onto it. So if we go there, we need a 6 at least. A red 6, of course, at least, but we have that. So 1, 2, 3. I'm actually not able to go over here, but I would be able to go over here. So 1, 2, 3. That would be 3 red cards. So I will play these 3 red cards to move over here. Remove that token. And now let's see what we find here. Another Nightmare. It's another Writhing Dread. We're pretty lucky. There is something, I think Looming Torment or something like that. A card that has a 4. Starting intensity of 4, but we are lucky here. So replenish our hand. All black cards. Okay, and now 3 cards to the Nightmare. Alright, so let's see. So one more thing, you also see that here's an upgrade and there are upgrades. I don't quite know what they do yet, because I only tested the first chapter to be able to show you how this game works, and we will find out together maybe what that upgrade means. Okay, so I will play a high card again. I mean, that's pretty much what you do all the time, right? Just playing high cards. So let's see, that's a starting intensity of 3 plus 8, that's 11, minus 10, that's 1. So it's only 1 intensity left. So I will play another face card. That's 1 plus 6, that's 7, minus 10. So we are below 0, so that's fine. We defeated that Nightmare. Let me remove all the cards that were in play and also put that on the discard pile, and we will draw another 2 cards to replenish our hand. Alright, so, and now we can continue our adventure. Now we have an issue. You probably already see it. We cannot move far enough to the right because we don't have any red cards. What we can do there if we have 5 of one color, which we do, then we can discard all of these cards and draw 6 new ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you see, it's a better hand. It's still not a great hand, but it's better. So I will move 2 to the right, actually, with these 2 red cards to get to that dream tree here. Please let it be a sweet dream. That would be awesome. Yes, it is a sweet dream. So no nightmare we have to fight. And now, you know what we could do? Now we could actually use this one, the Queen Norse Swarm, because we can turn over the top 3 cards, or 2 here, and rearrange them like we want to. And I think we still have a sweet dream in here. So let's look at those. Oh no, we actually don't have any sweet dreams here. These are all nightmares. Okay, so we will keep the cards the way they are, because the starting intensity of 2 is at the top. That's the one we will have to fight then. And we use our ally here. All right, so let's look at our cards. That should work actually. So I will move 3 to the right, I think. So 1, 2, 3 into the water here. Just discard 3 black ones. And then I will use, which was it? This one here, right? Right. So with 1 card, we can move multiple squares in the river. So I'm just going to play, doesn't really matter. I will play that card here. And then we can just move up the river. And then I will play a red one to go to the right to replenish my hand. So that's 4, 5, and 6. And that's enough cards, but we don't have any high cards. So let me spend a few more cards, actually. So that would be red, red, black. So I'm going to move red, red, black. I want to get rid of a few cards here. So red, red, and black. And then 1. I think that would even work. We could actually do that, but I'm not going to. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to move 1 to the right onto the tree, remove that token, spend that card for that, and then I'm going to reclaim used cards. So I can add cards of my choice from the discard pile to my hand, which I will do, and I will just take a few face cards. I need 4 cards, so that's, well, that's fine too. 10s are fine too. 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. And now we should be actually set to win because we have 5 tenors here. That should work. And you see, I used all my allies this chapter. That's cool. All right, so we actually already know what that is going to be. Trap Terror. 1, 2, 3 cards. Starting intensity 2. I will, of course, play a 10. 2 plus 4 is 6 minus 10 is below 1. So we defeated that nightmare already. And we are done. We managed to clear the first chapter without letting any nightmares escape. And I think we did a pretty good job, actually. This game can go much worse. I had worse experiences when there were several times when I had only black or only red cards. That can happen. According to the rules, you can only do that replenishing with 5 or more of the same color once a chapter. But I talked to the designer that this might be a little bit bad because at the very end you could still lose if you're unlucky. So this is why we said for now we can do that action several times a chapter because yeah, it shouldn't be too punishing, right? Okay, and that was my playthrough of the first chapter, but hold on, we're not done yet because let's look at our goals. Mandatory, visit every dream tree in the Rivervale. We did that. Optional, activate all 3 allies. We also did that. And do not let 3 or more items escape. We also managed that. So and now we look at the chapter record here, part 1. So last card pile. Pick up all cards from your last card. Play discard pile. You should have 6. Alright, I just had to do a little cut because there's one thing I missed. The one thing I missed is that whenever you go onto a dream tree, that card you use there, you need to put on a different pile. So what I did now, I just retraced my steps quickly. And these should be approximately the cards I put aside on that last card played pile. So it should be pretty close to what I put there. Okay, so pick up all your cards from your last card played discard pile. You should have 6, right? You'll use these cards for the Jungle Changes section below and Interlude 1, the start of a dream. Afterwards, we shuffle these cards back into the deck for Chapter 2. Alright, the Jungle Changes. The nightmares have a deep impact on the Dream Forest, changing the very landscape and its inhabitants. Play through Chapter 1, which we did, and when this is finished, go through the following steps to change the forest and upgrade both allies and nightmares. So if the last card played pile features more black cards than red cards, then the river overflows, but that's not the case. The red sun blazes down on the forest, causing a period of drought. If the last card plays pile features more red cards, which we have, than black cards, then the river dries up. We can glue on 3 of the green land tiles from the components file. Okay, so we need to make the river smaller. So let me quickly do that. Alright, so it says either color in 5 or glue on 3 tiles. I think that's a little mistake. So I guess that 5, the first number, is right. So here I have 5 land tiles, and I will just glue them on here. Okay, that needs a little bit to dry, but we can still continue playing, I suppose. That should be fine. So you see the river started drying up here. I took the river down here because there were a few spots with the 5s and 6 plus, and it's best if they are gone. Then the nightmares worsen. Take all nightmare cards which entered combat in the previous round and upgrade them to their upgrade abilities. So they are all upgraded here. So what we do now is we take out these cards and we cross out the intensity. So let me quickly do that for all 3 nightmares. Oh no, now I crossed out the wrong one, I see. Okay. So I should have crossed out the one over there. So that is a 4 here. Let me just put that in here. That's fine too. That's just the upgrade. That's just the upgrade down here now. I don't know where my mind was. If I record another video, I will definitely replace those cards. Okay, and same here. That was supposed to be a 5 up here. Let me just put that up here. Okay. I mean, yeah. We still have the right number here. We just need to look at a different place. So that's okay, I suppose. And here, now we will cross out the correct one. Like this. Okay. Done. An ally grows stronger. You may now upgrade 1 ally. You can pick any ally, even if you didn't activate them during Chapter 1. And then we just cross out the start ability, and this time we will really do that. So, which ally do we want to upgrade? I think the River Keeper is getting less and less useful as if the river dries up. The first cards of the top of the Dream deck, to rearrange them, that's pretty cool actually. But I think the best one is to add cards of your choice from the discard pile to your hand. That is pretty cool because then we have 7 cards that we can take instead of 5. And that could be really cool. I mean, that's even above our hand limit, right? So that's pretty cool. I think I'm going to upgrade that guy. The fisher here. I mean, that's probably my favorite animal of these 3 anyway. So we will just cross out the starting ability. So now we have the upgrade here. Okay. And we have some optional missions here still. The Forest and Harmony. If you activated all allies, which we did, turn a resupply tile of your choice into a dream tree. Cool. So, let's see. These are spaced pretty well actually, but here is a large gap. So why don't we put another dream tree maybe down here. Let's do that. Let me quickly do that. Alright, and the second optional mission, if 3 or more nightmares escaped, a dream tree is permanently corrupted. But that's not the case because none escaped. And now you see, we finished Chapter 1, and this is how our new map looks like because of how we played. So we have less river here, which is pretty good in my opinion. So we can move freely down here. And also we have 1 more dream tree. Nice. Okay, let's look at Chapter 2. Oh no, not yet. Chapter 1, Chapter Record Part 2. Okay, as Audrey fights the nightmares, a pattern to the poison starts to emerge. Nothing precise, just hints, but enough to know that these nightmares are not emerging by chance. Something evil is at work, moving carefully and precisely through the forest. The poisoner must be found, before more damage is done. Alright, your allies will store clues for you. These clues will help you defeat the poisoner. On the back of each ally card is a 3x4 grid. Clues come in a set of vertical suits. Write the clues below on these grids following these rules. Each pattern must be applied to one ally only. You may choose which ally the 3 featured in this chapter receives which pattern, in which column, and in which column the pattern starts in. Each clue is a set unit. Do not alter the clue. Alright, so let's take a look at that. So I don't exactly know which suit, how many I should put where, but I think what I'm gonna do is, because we upgraded here the Fisher, I will give that ally 3 of these columns and the other one 1 each. And I don't know which one I'm gonna give, which columns I'm gonna put where, but I'm just gonna do something randomly and, well, I'll speed up as usual. Alright, so we're done with the allies too. So you see I applied all 5 patterns here. I have no idea what that means, but we will see about that then. Alright, let me read the epilogue. Audrey's ears picked up the babbling of the river not far away, and the footsteps of another tapir approaching. The slight limp and distinct smell of the eastern hills meant she immediately knew it was Asher, the dream guardian of the territory, which neighbored hers. You don't come here often, Asher, Audrey said. Audrey knew Asher didn't like the river much, an unusual behavior for a tapir. Asher often kept to the hills of the eastern territory, leaving the river and lowlands for younger tapirs such as Audrey. Nightmares, Asher said. He was straight to the point as usual. The poison is still young, weak, Audrey replied. But there's probably more. Then we need to keep searching, Asher declared. Audrey turned to leave, but then faced Asher once again. The bees claimed they smell one, a poisoner. Audrey expected more of a reaction from Asher, but the older tapir simply shook their head. Those bees are always smelling things that aren't there, Asher grunted. Poisoners don't exist. Sometimes poison just spreads. It's random. It just happens. But that's why we're here. Those bees need to spend more time collecting pollen, less time imagining. I don't know, Asher, Audrey countered. It's not normal to find this many nightmares this close together. And Queen Noor's hive? I trust what they see. I know this. They know this forest well. Audrey jumped into the river and swam downstream, a large green frog jumping onto her shoulder. We need to be careful, Tamir, Audrey told the frog. Something wrong is happening here. Alright, Interlude 1, the start of the dream. Dreams and nightmares leave the dream forest, making their way into the minds of the sleeping. Throughout this adventure, you will create the dream of one individual, whose sleep is fed by the dream trees in Audrey's territory. Fill in the table below using the cards from the last played discard pile. It doesn't matter what order you write the cards in. We will use this to find out more about this individual and the start of their dream. You will create this individual and their dream by spending the values and suits in the last card log. The text below provides either options or blanks for you to fill in. Choices are provided for the type of information to fill in and their corresponding cost. Each box in the last card log can be spent only once. Cross these off as you fill in the story in Interlude 1. Okay, so what we will do is, let's just do it random, I say, right? So what I will do is, I will give those a shuffle here. Alright, and then we just turn over the cards one by one. So that's 2 of diamond. So 2 of diamond. Then we have 4 of hearts. Then we have 3 of hearts. Then 7 spades. Oh, that's the wrong color. 7 spades. Then we have 6 of hearts. And then we have 8 of spades. Okay, and now we will do our dream here. Okay, let's see. This is first name of your character. The number of letters needs to be equal to one of these boxes here. So let's call him... Why don't we make a female character and call her Maya, which means good mother in Greek, I think. There's the Mayasaurus also, a dinosaur that was tending to its children very nicely. So Maya, that's 4 letters. So we'll cross out a 4. The evidence of their work is spread across both the room and their choice of reading. A half-read book left open on the bedside table. Their life is consumed by their chosen profession. A desk-bound job, a job with manual labor, a job with lots of traveling, a job in public service. Why don't we look at a job in public service? I don't know if that's exactly what I'm thinking of, but let's make her a kindergarten teacher. Why not? Sleep doesn't come immediately as Maya is stressed or excited. Let's make her excited, I would say. So that's a heart or a diamond. So let's take one of these hearts and say she's excited. Counting sheep helps. After multiply two values, sheep, the mind switches off and the slumber takes over. It doesn't really matter. Let's say she's so excited, she really needs to count a lot of sheep. Let's say she counts 6 times 8. So that's 48 sheep. After 48 sheep, the mind switches off and the slumber takes over. The dream begins. Clouds fill the sky, the body lightens and floats through the air, shortly arriving at a new location. So she is, let's say, a scenic natural location. It is let's say, a lush forest. There's movement to the left and let's make it a small animal. Let's say it's a squirrel. Why not? A squirrel moves past, it keeps on going until it's almost out of eyesight. Maya decides to follow. Definitely follow. A value less than 7. We have a 3 here. That's fine. Minutes pass. Let's say, 7. 7 minutes pass. Suddenly the desire to shout after it is overwhelming. Maya shouts, even or odd number, we only have the even one. So she shouts an unintelligible cry. The shape in the distance turns around. It's coming back. Did we forget anything? I don't think so, but we still have 2 suits here. I don't know, maybe that's... Oh, up here. I forgot about that. So she is, where is she? We only have hearts left. So she is in a high-rise apartment. And she is a young adult. That's perfect. Okay, you can skip this part if you want to before we go to chapter 2, but I just want to read out the entire beginning story of Maya again. The sun is setting over a high-rise apartment. Inside, a young adult climbs into bed. They switch off the light and close their eyes. This is Maya. The evidence of their work is spread across both the room and the choice of reading, a half-read book left open on the bedside table. Their life is consumed by their chosen profession, kindergarten teacher. Sleep doesn't come immediately as Maya is excited. Counting sheep helps. After 48 sheep, the mind switches off and the slumber takes over. The dream begins. Clouds fill the sky, the body lightens and floats through the air, shortly arriving at a new location, a lush forest. There's movement to the left and a squirrel moves past and keeps on going until it's almost out of eyesight. Maya decides to follow. 7 minutes pass. Suddenly, the desire to shout after it is overwhelming. Maya shouts in an unintelligible cry and the shape in the distance turns around. It's coming back. And we are at chapter 2. So looking at the time, the video is already really long, but I think we need another chapter to do this game justice. So this is what I'm going to do. I will definitely play the second chapter, and then I think that should be fine for now. Maybe if you enjoy this very much, then I could finish this game at some point, because I think it's pretty interesting. I like that we have legacy aspects here, we have an interesting mechanic with the cards, and also we have a story, and I kind of want to know what happens to Maya now. Now I created a character, and now I want to know what happens to her. Alright, let me set everything up for chapter 2. Okay, and we are done with setting everything up. So you see, now we have a larger map. So see, if I scroll up, we have now 2 maps that are connected. I will not rearrange the camera so you can see all of it, because then everything would be too small. I will just slide the map up and down however we need it. So one little issue we have now is that we need to start on this resupply tile, but I turned that into a dream tree last time. So I guess we will have a dream tree right in the very beginning. We do have more allies. I could have used the 3 other ones we have here, but I decided against it. I decided to keep using these because they were pretty good. Actually, a pretty good combination. I think they will be quite helpful. All right, so before we start with the story, a few changes here. We can move a little bit faster if I play a second suit, the same suit twice. Then with the second card, we can move 2 spots instead of just 1. That's one thing, and also we have new rules for the face cards. I don't have any here right now, but when the Nightmare plays a Jack, then the 2 top cards from the deck are turned over and added to the intensity. I can play a Jack to reduce them again, to make these 2 cards inactive. Also, if I play a Queen, then I can have the value of any cards played by the opponent that match the color of that queen I played. And if we play a king, then we return the card played by the Nightmare and look at the remaining unplayed card, and then we can swap 1 card from the Nightmare with a card from our hand. So kings are pretty strong. And if the Nightmare plays a king, then we cannot play any cards from that suit in future combat rounds. So you see that the combat is going to be much more difficult from now on. Alright, so let's take a look at our story and our objectives. Introduction. Chapter 2, The Mother Dream Tree. Introduction. Dream trees are ancient, growing in this forest long before anyone's memory. Some are older than others. Down the river, nestled on a small island, sits the Mother Dream Tree, one of the oldest trees in the forest and the source of all other dream trees in Audrey's territory. The world of dreams has a strange effect on the forest. The dream trees share a bond, a unique connection between every tree that goes beyond the physical world. This means dream trees draw strength from each other, surviving extreme conditions and living extremely long lives. However, it also increases the risk of poison spreading quickly. If dream trees in the river vale have been poisoned, then the Mother Dream Tree is likely at risk. Audrey needs to get to the Mother Dream Tree and fast, and cleanse it of the spreading poison. Goals. Mandatory. Visit the Mother Dream Tree at the center of the lake. Visit at least 6 dream trees, including the Mother Dream Tree. Optional. Visit both dream trees on the far side of the Mother Dream Tree. Optional target. Do not let 2 or more nightmares escape. And our lose condition this time is you may only cycle through the deck twice. If you lose, start the chapter again. So this time we cannot let more than 2 nightmares escape. We should be able to do that, hopefully. And also we can only cycle through the deck twice. So we cannot use too many cards. So I think it's pretty clear what we have to do. So we need to visit 6 trees, including the Mother Tree, which is down here. Let me show you right here. This is the Mother Tree. You see it because it's a green background and not that checkered one here. And also we have an optional target of visiting the 2 dream trees way down here. We might be able to do that. So let me slide everything back down. I will just slide it like this because honestly I'm gonna move down immediately. Because we want to get down there as quickly as possible. We don't have too many cards we can use, so that's what we're going to do. We immediately start on a dream tree. I guess we need to use that immediately. Maybe that's one thing for the developer to see what happens if you glue over that one. Maybe say either that or that one as a starting tile. I don't know. Okay, so let's see what we get. We get our first Nightmare, which is a trapped Terror. So we give it 3 cards. And let's see. Okay, starting intensity of 2. We need some red ones. I need 1 red one at least. So I can play 1 red one. I'll play the 8 here. So the intensity of the Nightmare is 2 plus 9, that's 11. Minus 8, that's 3. Okay, then we're going to play the 6. 3 plus 6 is 9, minus 6. That is still 3. And then, well, I will have to risk it. I'm going to play the 7. 3 plus 5 is 8, minus 7 is 1. So you see, there is still some intensity left in the Nightmare because I had really shitty cards. You see, there's still some intensity left because I I had really bad cards. So the nightmare actually escaped. So I'm going to put it on a pile. I'll put it like here to the right for the escaped nightmares. Oh, and also I didn't use any card to move onto that tree because I started there. So I'm just going to move. I'm just going to take the first card I played there. That's the unplayed card. Okay, so let me draw back up to 6 cards. Okay, so we visited 1 dream tree, 1 nightmare already escaped. So I want to visit, we need to visit 5 more dream trees. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think we will just move down here. We can't get to that immediately, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we can get there. So that's what I'm going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's not going to work because we don't have enough cards. Enough red cards for that. So we will have to make a stop here first. So that's 1 red and 2 black cards. So I'm going to get rid of that one and also these 2 here. Okay. Then we remove that counter. Turn over the next card, which is, oh no, that's one of the upgraded Rising Dreads. So we draw 3 cards. Honestly, this doesn't look very good at the moment because we can't let too many nightmares escape. So intensity of 5 and it's resistant to diamonds. Okay. So we will do the battle over here now. I think it's better if we do it here. Oh. Actually, not yet. So I'm going to play... I'll play the 5 first. Here. And they play a king. So the starting intensity still is 5. Because that one is not worth 10 anymore. But I'm not able to play any diamonds in this round anymore. Which it doesn't matter because starting intensity of 5. It keeps at 5. And I played a 5, so it's at 0. So I actually defeated that. I defeated that nightmare. Also, I forgot to put the card over there that I played for moving onto the tree. Okay, so that was already it. We already defeated the first nightmare, which is good. So I will redraw up to 6 cards. And now let's see. Can we somehow get here? We still can't. Well, I could use... You know what? We can't move any place there. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, you know what? Let me just move to the left then completely. So 1, 2, 3 over here. And I will get rid of these 3 black ones for that. And get 3 new cards. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Yes, that's a little bit better. Okay. So, let's see. How do we continue? We could spend 3 red ones to go down here. I think that would be not too bad. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna spend 3 red ones. The king definitely is the better card. So I'm gonna play the queen and these 2 here. In which order am I gonna play them? Well, I will have to play the queen in the middle. So I'm just gonna play the 5 as the last card and put it here. And then we're on that dream tree. Let's please have a sweet dream for once. Of course not. And that's one of the upgraded ones too. All right, let me draw back up to 6 cards. We give the nightmare 3 cards. Let's give them all to the nightmare now. And the nightmare starts with a 4. So I will, I think I'll play the 8 first. Play an 8. And the nightmare plays a jack. Which means that we play 2 more cards. I'll just put them over here. These 2 cards are added to the intensity. So now the intensity is at 8 at 17. 17 intensity minus 8 is 9. But what I'm going to do now, I'm now going to play a jack 2 to remove those again. And the nightmare plays an 8. So that's 16, but with the jack I remove these two, which is 13. So that means there is still an intensity of 3. Okay. And then, well, I will have to play the 10 now, just to be safe. Hopefully safe. Plays a jack. That means I will have to add 2 cards again. That's 16 plus 3, that's 19, minus 10, that's 9. So we did not defeat the nightmare within 3 cards. So that means another one escaped. This is not good. We might actually, well, not lose this chapter, but we will have some negative consequences if we let more than 2 nightmares escape. That is pretty bad. 5 and 6. Okay, so now we visited 3 dream trees. We need 3 more, including the mother one, the mother tree. So let me just move everything up here. So now you can see pretty much everything that we need to see. So my plan was to go down here with the Tammy, the river keeper. So you just use 1 card and then move all the way down there. I think that's what I'm gonna do. And then we can finish off these two trees here. I think that's a good idea. Okay, so let me do that. So I play 1 card. I will just play the ace here to go to the right, and I will use the river keeper to move down 3 squares. Because last game, by the way, I moved too many squares, I think. So I can only move 3. Otherwise it would be a little bit too overpowered. Okay, so and now I will play black, red, black, and red. Black, red, black, red. So play all of these to go down here to replenish my cards back to 6. 5 and 6. Okay. And then I will play a black one here, an 8 at least, so that's gonna be my king, unfortunately. And then I will play a red one to go down here. Let's play the 3, put it over here. And then let's see what we encounter. Sweet Dream would be awesome. Of course not. Looming Torment. Okay. I will draw back up to 6. Oh, that's not a very good hand. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Starting intensity of 4. You know what? I will not risk too much. Well, let's play an 8 first. Let's see, maybe we are lucky. 4 plus 10, that's 14. Minus 8, that is 6. Oh, that is definitely not good. Definitely not good. Well, then I'll have to play that one here. So that's 6. Plus 9, that is 15. Minus 10, that's 5. I don't think that's gonna work out. Well, I don't have any good cards anymore, so I'm just gonna play the 7 and hope that he's gonna play a 2. Oh, he played a queen, actually. And a queen doesn't have any combat value, so it's still at 5. Minus 7, that's -2. So we actually defeated that nightmare. Wow, that was lucky. Seriously. Okay. So, okay, these cards are pretty bad. What I will do is I will fold all of them because I can't move to the left here anymore. I would lose. So I'm gonna fold all of these cards and draw 6 new ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So let me just reshuffle these. So now we cycled the deck the first time. We need to be careful. We can't cycle another time and more than one more time. So yeah, we need to be a little bit careful. So what did we get? Yeah, that's better. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I will move 2 to the left here. 1, 2. Let's take these 2. Then we will draw new ones. And that's all red again. I need black. I need 3 black cards. So what I'm going to do again, because that's 5 of one color, I will fold again and hope that that works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Please have 3 black ones in there. Yes, wonderful. So I will play these 3 black ones. I will play 7 ace and then the 8 as the last card. 1, 2, 3. And then see what we get here. Finally, a sweet dream. That's great. New cards. A lot of red, which is good. We need a lot of red. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take that B here and look at the top 3 cards of the dream deck and rearrange them. Top 3, right? Yes. And I will put a sweet dream at the top. Because now when we visit the mother tree down here, we don't have to fight. We would have to fight, usually, right? You probably saw that. You probably saw that the top card was not a sweet dream. All right, so we move 1 to the right. Let's just take that one here, then 1 to the left, 1 to the right, and then a last one to the right. The king over here. And we turn over the next card. Oh, it's a sweet dream. What a surprise. Wonderful. And that is it. Our mandatory mission was to visit the dream tree and visit 6 dreams. And also we visited these 2 trees here on the far side of the mother tree. So that is really cool. I think we managed to finish everything again. All right. So let's see here. Let's see how we continue. Chapter 2. Chapter Record Part 1. The jungle changes. The poison is spreading. The forest is deeply connected to the dream world, meaning the rising strength of the nightmares continues to permanently change the forest. Play through Chapter 2, which we did, and when this is finished, go through the following steps to change the forest and upgrade both allies and nightmares. So, let's see. If the last card played pile features more black than red cards, no. We have more red cards. So then this one down here. Connected once again. The red sun blazes down on the forest, causing a period of drought. If the last card played pile features more red cards than black cards, then the river dries up, connecting the island to the river bank once again. And 4. Yes, so we can glue on 4 green tiles. I'll quickly do that. Alright, so you see, now we have even more separation of the rivers here, so we can move freely through here. I think that's a pretty cool idea here. Okay, we continue. The nightmares worsen. Of course they do. Take any nightmare cards which entered combat in the previous round and have not been upgraded and upgrade them to their upgrade abilities. Okay, then let's do that again. So this one needs to be upgraded, and this one is upgraded, and this one needs to be upgraded too. Okay. So we need to, I will quickly upgrade these 2. And this time I even did it correctly. Okay, an ally grows stronger. You may now upgrade a second ally. You can pick any ally even if you didn't activate them during chapter 1 or 2. Okay. So let's see. I think I really want to upgrade the River Keeper here, because moving through the river with only 1 card and now we can have 5 squares instead of 3, that would be great. Also, there's one thing I think I made a mistake, because you see here specific suits I would have to use these abilities. So I don't know if I did that. If I didn't, just pretend I did. I'll try to pay attention to that next time. Alright, and now let's look at the optional missions. If we visited both dream trees on the far bottom of the mother dream tree, which we did down here, turn a resupply tile of your choice into a dream tree. Okay, I'll quickly do that. So I don't know if that's a thing you can do, but I just glued over that one that was part of water, so I now have less water again, which I think is pretty cool. Okay, and the other optional mission, a permanent corruption. If 2 or more nightmares escaped, 2 or more. Uh-oh. A dream tree is permanently corrupted and Audrey can no longer move through this tile. Either color, okay, so we need one of these corrupted tiles. Alright, so that's gonna be something where we cannot move through anymore. Alright, and also we have new clues we can store on our allies. So I'm quickly going to do that. of course, while forwarding again as usual. Before I do, the story here reads: the continued combat is taking its toll on the increasingly exhausted Audrey, but a pattern continues to emerge. Audrey is more convinced after every dream tree visited. A poisoner is at work. Alright, I don't know exactly yet what these clues actually do, but these are the clues Audrey gathers during her little missions. So yeah. And now we will do our chapter record again and hopefully see how our story continues with Maya. Chapter 2, Chapter Record Part 2, Epilogue. Audrey rests by the mother dream tree, exhausted from her labors. Coming down river is usually a pleasurable journey. Now, however, the spreading poison is all she can think of. The clues gathered at each dream tree are painting an increasingly complex and compelling picture. Normally, poison spreads slowly, at random, and weakly. This is no longer the case. Poison this strong and this deliberate is probably not contained in just her territory. She needs to find Asher, and fast. Every guardian of the dream forest needs to be alerted. A sudden buzz alerts Audrey. Scouts from Queen Noor's swarm fly in, landing on a bush next to Audrey. Even as they land, the bees remain restless, preparing their wings for flight and their senses alert. Something is wrong. Asher, by the mother of the cliffs, the scouts say, trapped by the poison. Another mother dream tree sits in Asher's territory, this one at the top of a series of cliffs. Clearly, the poison has spread faster than Audrey had feared. There's no time for any more rest. She must leave the river behind and help her fellow guardian. The interlude continues on the next page. In preparation, fill in the grid below using the cards from the last card played discard pile, and after this, fill in the blanks with information from Interlude 1. If you have more than 6 cards from visiting more than 6 dream trees, okay, we don't need to do that. Okay, and also we have 2 escaped nightmares, we need to mark that down here. Okay, so I'll do it like last time. I'll just shuffle the cards and then just do it randomly. Yeah. Did I do it with the colors? I did, yes. Okay, then let's do this. Alright, name of my character is Maya. The object in my dream, I don't know. Object? I think they mean the squirrel, right? I think. Alright. Oh, this is bad. Now we need to always go back and forth, but okay. Before Maya can react, the squirrel is barely a meter away. Are they supposed to move so fast? It doesn't matter. There's no time to think about it. First time here, the squirrel asks. I chose a bad word. Must be. Exposition time. You've summoned me as a dream guide. A curious choice, if I can say that about myself, but here I am. So now we can choose a line of dialogue. We have all... we don't have spades. What am I gonna take? Well, yeah, well, dreams can be weird, or... what is going on? I'm imagining you, why would I do that? That's pretty cool. Am I supposed to pay you to be my dream guide? Do you take PayPal? Yeah, I like that one. Do we wanna... Well, no, but Maya is not gonna be sarcastic, right? I don't think so. No, she's gonna take the third option. So I'm gonna cross off one of the clubs here. And we will go with... I'm imagining you, why would I do that? Never mind that now. I'm here because your mind wants to find inner peace or to find the truth. To find the truth. Let's cross off the 8 over here and go with to find the truth. My mind wants that? Maya replies. You tell me. You're in charge, the squirrel counters. And then makes a show of looking around. Well, it won't happen in this place. We need to jump to either the future or the past. I think the past, right? Value less than 7. We can do that with a 5. I think the past. To the past. Where is it? There. The past. And how many years? Multiply 2 values. Not too many years, but... Well, king, I think, would be 10 again, right? Well, let's move back quite a bit. Let's say 9 times 3, that's 27 years. I think that works. So let's move back to the past 27 years, more or less. With the 27 years, more or less. Well, then you could have said 30, I suppose. With a blink of an eye, the landscape changes. Maya and the squirrel. I chose a really bad word here. It's so bad to pronounce and to write. Are now in a relaxing environment. No, uncomfortable environment, because we have 2 or 3 nightmares escaped. Are now in, let's say, a barren wasteland. So that sounds good. Very interesting, the squirrel says. Just missing one other person now. Should arrive now. And on the mark of that word, up walks the love of your life. Oh no. Your nemesis, your mentor, your oldest friend. Mentor would be cool. Yeah, let's make it a mentor. Your mentor. They say we have all time in the... No, we need to get out... No, let's say 0 or 2 nightmares escaped. Yeah, we have all the time in the world. Feelings of either hope or despair. Well, we only have reds anymore, right? So we need to say despair. So let's cross out one of the hearts, I suppose. Feelings of despair arise, but before a response can be formed, the world stops. The dream guide steps forward. So this is the first time you saw them, the last time you saw them, because we only have reds. This is a very interesting mechanic with these cards, except for having to turn the page all the time. Are you getting anything from this? I'm your guide, so let's call this a check-in moment. Maya reacts violently. This isn't how it happened. Is a face card. Ace. So what do we have? We have a face card and we have a 2. So either this isn't how it happened, or why am I here? Let's say why am I here? Because, well, I seriously don't know why I'm there. So why am I here? Maya picks up. We only have red. So a large object common in this environment. Well, it's a barren wasteland. There might be some dead trees. So let's say like a big rotten branch. And takes aim at the dream guide. Get out of my head. The squirrel dodges out of the way. I wasn't expecting that reaction. I mean, this is your dream. You created all of this. Why the anger? The world blinks again, returning to where the squirrel first appeared. The sun is very less than 7. Well, we only have the king. So the sun is setting, a breeze cooling the air. This is your dream, and I am your guide, says the squirrel. Menacingly. Huh. Yeah, menacingly, definitely. I will not give up until our goal is complete. The squirrel... It doesn't look nice how I'm writing here, but it's kind of difficult to write with all these components here. And for the first time, Maya spots a dagger sticking out of their back. The world blinks again. But we must have missed something here, because I still have a suit left. But I guess maybe I just forgot to cross it out here. Okay, so before we end the video, I'm gonna read the interlude one more time. Before Maya can react, the squirrel is barely a meter away. Are they supposed to move so fast? It doesn't matter, there's no time to think about it. First time here? The squirrel asks. Must be exposition time. You've summoned me as a dream guide. A curious choice, if I can say that about myself, but here I am. I'm imagining you. Why would I do that? Never mind that now. I'm here because your mind wants to find the truth. My mind wants that? Maya replies. You tell me, you're in charge, the squirrel counters, and then makes a show of looking around. Well, it won't happen in this place. We need to jump to the past by 27 years more or less. With a blink of an eye, the landscape changes. Maya and the squirrel are now in a barren wasteland. Very interesting, the squirrel says. Just missing one other person now. Should arrive now. And on the mark of that word, up walks your mentor. They say we have all the time in the world. Feelings of despair arise. But before a response can be formed, the world stops. The dream guide steps forward. So, this is the last time you saw them. Are you getting anything from this? I'm your guide, so let's call this a check-in moment. Maya reacts violently. Why am I here? Maya picks up a big rotten branch and takes aim at the dream guide. Get out of my head. The squirrel dodges out of the way. I wasn't expecting that reaction. I mean, this is your dream. You created all of this. Why the anger? The world blinks again, returning to where the squirrel first appeared. The sun is setting, a breeze cooling the air. This is your dream, and I am your guide, says the squirrel, menacingly. I will not give up until our goal is complete. The squirrel turns, and for the first time, Maya spots a dagger sticking out of their back. The world blinks again. Alright, and that is the end of Chapter 2 of Audrey versus the Poisoned Dreams. So, we only do playthroughs of these games and no reviews. That's mainly because all of the creators of all the games entered the contest really put a lot of work and effort into their games, and they are still in the phase of making them a little bit better and playtesting them and everything, so we shouldn't really review them yet. But I need to say this probably is the most interesting game I have played yet. It's interesting that we have a solo game with legacy elements, as you can see, like the map changes all the time. Also, we have that interesting mechanism with a regular deck of playing cards. And then also we have more legacy elements here and there. And also we have like an entire story here. And we seem to have two stories. The story of Audrey and now the story of Maya. So it's quite interesting. This concludes my showcase of this game. But we are not done yet. We have only played a third, because there's supposed to be 6 chapters. I think in this version there's only 3, I suppose. I think it's only 3 so far. So if you enjoy this and you would like me to play more, I could do that. I could actually just continue playing the game until it's done, because it might be interesting to see the end of it. So otherwise, if you're still watching, thank you very much for sticking until the very end. This is one of my longest videos by far, but I still hope that you enjoyed the entire thing. And if you like playthroughs of this kind, or generally board games, then why don't you drop by my channel? I can almost promise you that there's at least one other video you will enjoy. Alright, then I'll see you on the channel. Thank you very much for watching until the very end. Take care. Cheers.